Brian charged back into the restaurant just as Terry returned to their table. "There's something wrong," he said. "There's no answer at home. Jack would never not be there, and we had help tonight to boot. He did try to page me. Damn it, I can't believe this. The one night I don't have my beeper." He threw 2 20s on the table, took Terry's hand, and hurried her outside. "Do you want me to follow you home?" she asked. "No. I mean, maybe you should. Sure." Brian sped off, with his focus alternating between the road and the rear-view mirror. He squealed around the corner of his street, expecting to see rescue squad vehicles parked outside the house. But except for the living room light, the place looked deserted. Without waiting for Terry, he raced inside. There was a note taped to the lamp beside Jack's chair, a note from the neighbor who was watching him. "Brian, 9 p.m. We tried paging you, but your beeper must be off. Your father is having severe chest pain, and he's refused to call the ambulance because he wants to go to Boston Heart, and he thinks they'll take him to Suburban. He was going to call a cab, so instead Harold and I drove him in. He said to tell you he took an extra aspirin just like you told him to. Sally Johansson." Brian handed Terry the note and called the ER at White Memorial. It took several anxious minutes before a resident answered. "Dr. Holbrook, I'm Stu Meltzer, first-year resident. Your father's here, but he's in tough shape. He's had an extensive anterior MI, and we're having trouble holding his pressure." Extensive anterior MI. A massive coronary involving the muscle of the left ventricle, the major pumping chamber. Next to a rupture of the heart wall, it was just about the worst of all cardiac disasters. "Damn," Brian said. "Is he conscious?" "In and out." "Who's with him?" "Right now, the on-call team. But I've been told Dr. Jessup is on her way in, and Dr. Rhonda's just arrived down here." "Thank you, Stu. Tell my dad I'm on my way in." "Will do. And Stu." "Yes?" "Do whatever's necessary." "I understand." Brian looked at Terry. "He's in big trouble." "I heard. You go ahead in. I'll find my way to the Radisson. Call me as soon as you know anything." "I can't believe this is happening. I just can't believe it. Oh, God, poor Pop." As he turned to go, she called his name. Then she reached up, pulled him down to her, and kissed him lightly on the mouth. "Would it help if I drove you?" she asked. No, I'll do okay. If I can, I'll call you at the hotel as soon as I know how he's doing." "Call later tonight or else first thing in the morning." "Okay. Come on, follow me onto the highway, then you're on your own. And Terry, thanks for tonight." "Thank you. Be careful driving." Brian waited until he heard the engine on Terry's rental turn over, then peeled away and sped toward I-93 in Boston. Extensive heart damage, blood pressure dropping, Laj Rhonda at the bedside. Brian had rolled the dice of his father's health at 3-to-1 odds. Now it was clear he had lost. The only question remaining was, how badly? The White Memorial ER was in its usual state of hyperactivity. Brian knew exactly where to go and rushed to room 4 in the back. Nothing he had ever seen or done in medicine fully prepared him for the sight of his father at the center of the most extreme of medical dramas, a cardiac arrest. "Clear!" Carolyn Jessup cried out. Brian heard the pop of high-voltage electricity as the paddles discharged their energy into Jack's body. Through the crowd of 15 or so technicians, nurses, and physicians, he saw Jack's arms flap upward, then drop. The cardiac tracing on the overhead monitor showed several seconds of an absolutely straight line. Then fairly well-organized complexes began moving across the screen. Very slowly at first, then faster. "Looks like some kind of nodal rhythm. I've got a pulse. He's in sinus now, regular sinus rhythm. Pressure's 70. Up the levofed," Jessup ordered. "Get an epidrip ready."